All right, let's head straight to the markets now. Let's find out what's happening on the African continent. And we see the NGX in positive territory starting off the week as the All-Share Index, that's currently up about 1.11%, driven by performance in consumer goods index. That after shedding about 14.8% in the last 4 sessions. We see international breweries, that's up about 653 basis points right now. And that's for the trade earlier today. And we're also seeing names like Boa Foods, tantalizers there, getting attention from investors. If we see also in that on the African continent, we see it's mostly positive sentiment with South Africa. But the Kenyan index there, that's the Nairobi Stock Exchange, that closed in red. That's for Friday. And we have the EGX 30 there, also closing positive there. So let's bring in my guest now. We have Mukhtar Mohammed. He's going to bring us up to speed on what's playing out right here in Nigeria. Great to have you on the show, sir.
Thank you for having me, Ladi. Thank you.
Yeah, so we have some earnings out, big earnings out last week. We have the likes of MTN Nigeria, FirstHoldCo, that's for the Tier 1 banks, and we also had Boa Foods, that's for consumer goods. Talk to me, run me through those numbers, that we saw last week, and what it portends for investors, investor sentiment in trading markets.
Ladi, yes, like you said, those results came in. You could see investor sentiment based on reaction to those results. Boa Cement is up after that result. You could see that sales went up, the revenue went up, then FX reversal, where they keep drivers of those results. And so that means its core area was impacted positively. And those numbers were very impressive. But if you look at the dividend yield, cost of buy and buy the price, you could say that the stock looks very expensive. But I think investors are pricing into the potential of the long-term prospect of that stock. So for me, a good stock to look at this moment. Again, when you look at the movement in the cement sector, you look at Boa, you look at Lafarge, and you look at Dangote, you see that there's what we call the snowball effect that normally happens in the market. Ladi, when one moves very high, then investors are beginning to look at the next big mover in terms of price low now and good results. So that's what I think happens to Boa there, and you saw those reactions. For MTN, Ladi, I've talked about MTN in your program before. I said that's one stock to watch out for. This is the first time we are seeing the result after the price increment. So you could see that movement, you could see investors' reaction to that very positive results from MTN Nigeria, FX reversal, data, increment in data price. Everything was just good about that result. A stock that started the year at 176 naira and today is doing about 481 and still have high potentials to go up. If you remember now, we are not even looking at, they are also like a money deposit bank because they have their Momo money. We are not beginning to see this number comes in. Hopefully we'll begin to see that comes in from their payment platform. So very good stuff. For First Holding, Ladi, the result was neither here nor there. Good result. Impact on imperative charges were very high. Profit after tax, good. But in the long run, you saw a negativity in those results, and investors reacted immediately to that result. And you saw what the numbers say. So for me, out of the 3 good results that were released last week, we saw 2 very positive. We saw a little bit moderation, which is expected from First Holding. Remember, they are also doing what I call cleansing. So the elephant is still crawling at the moment. Hopefully, the elephant will fly very soon.
That's a very heavy flying elephant at this point. But let me take you back to the MTN result there. We did see the Momo users that dropped at this point, and we know that's a very interesting part of your business right now. Any worries there about 51% drop year on year?
I didn't get that question.
Yeah, the Momo users, we see for the mobile wallets, that's for MTN there, 2.7 million for Q2 is a drop about 51% year on year. Any worries there?
Well, Larry, there will be worries, but again, you look at the impact of other sectors to cover up for that. So definitely, Hopefully they will work on that. Any lose is a worry, and a worry of about 57 point something %. I think it calls for concern. But like I said, their FX gains reverse, especially from the FX side, is helping those numbers.
All right. So what earnings are you looking forward to this week that you think will drive investor sentiment on the Nigerian market?
Larry, you know where the earnings are come. You know the life of the Nigerian market, and we have not seen them come in with those results yet. The financial sector, the FUGA, we've only seen one MTN, First Holding. You know that First Holding does not pay interim dividend. We've been getting reports from Zenith, from Access, and then from GTCO, others saying that they are in their close period, and they have approved dividend payments subject to approval from the Central Bank of Nigeria. Larry, that would be a key driver in the shift from what was expected based on the forbearance issue that came out, where banks were saying they will not be able to pay dividend for the next 2 years. Now we are seeing a change in that, and the CBN alluded to that during the Monetary Policy Committee meeting, where the CBN governor said that 8 banks are out of those forbearance issues, and we are beginning to see that when those banks are saying that the board has recommended dividend payment, interim dividend payment, based on approval from the CBN. That will be a key mover of the market when those results comes in. That will be a key driver, and you've seen that these stocks have moved also from Access Bank. At the time before now, we saw that price was hovering around 21, 22, 23 as one of his limit. But today we've seen that bank have caught a new support level of 28 naira. So that tells you something is cooking there. You've seen Zenith also moved. You've seen GTCO cross the 100 naira mark and also hovering between the 100 naira and 101. So definitely, those results, when they comes in, they are always the key drivers of the market. Outside this positive result that we've seen from other banks, especially from other banks, their Q2 results, Wema Bank, don't forget, very, very impressive result from Wema Bank also. So FCMB, very impressive result from FCMB also. So it's a tick to what will happen. But again, like you asked, what are the key drivers? Once those financial reports begin to come in, then the game changes.
Right. We'll definitely keep watching the game this week. Thank you so much. Mukhtar Mohammed is the CEO of Finance with Mukhtar. Thank you for coming on today.
Thank you for having me, Ladi.